He is South Africa's Superman, the most powerful six-hitter in the world, a special finisher who has produced world-class performances all over the world. For more than a decade, this man has been his country's hero in limited overs cricket. This is the story of one of the best clutch performers in cricket history. It's none other than David Miller. David Miller was born on the 10th of June in 1989 in Pietermaritzburg in the Natal province of South Africa. He began playing cricket at a young age in South Africa and received notable mentorship from his father, Andrew, who was a club cricketer himself. He recognized his son's talent early on, sending him to prestigious schools such as Clifton and Maritzburg College. However, Miller was talented in a variety of sports before focusing on cricket. He learned hockey and developed into a top striker while at Maritzburg. His coach, Mike Metchett, with whom he still has a close relationship, stated, "This was a kid with the best hand-eye coordination I have ever seen." He scored the most runs at Maritzburg in 2006 and 2007, indicating that cricket would be his primary sport. Miller, then 17, joined the Dolphins, a cricket team from South Africa's KwaZulu-Natal province. This was the same team that produced outstanding international cricketers such as Kevin Peterson, Sean Pollock, and Hashim Amla. David Miller was clearly regarded as a future international after being drafted into South Africa's A-side in 2010. When he was only 21 years old, this provided him with an opportunity to be called up to the South African team a few months later in 2010. He made his debut in T20 Cricket during South Africa's tour of the West Indies. Miller helped to rescue a struggling South African innings with a quick-fire 33 runs from 26 balls. The South African total could have been even worse, but Miller's innings lifted them to a respectable 120 runs over 20 overs. A terrific fielding display, including this amazing run out, gave South Africa the victory by just one run. Miller was rewarded further when he made his one-day international debut just a couple of days later. He scored a quick-fire 23 runs off 16 balls to help South Africa to victory in the first ODI. South Africa was already looking for a proper finisher, and this very talented lad was stepping up. He took some time to nail down that role, because Miller lost out to competition in the South African ODI squad for the 2011 Cricket World Cup. It wasn't until 2013 that Miller solidified his place in the limited overs squad. He had a solid 67 from 77 balls against Pakistan on their tour of South Africa. Another top innings in his breakout year was a tremendous 85 not out from 72 balls when South Africa toured Sri Lanka. Next, we have to laud his performance in the 2015 Cricket World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. With a point to prove after being dropped from the previous World Cup, Miller scored an impressive 324 runs in the tournament, averaging 65 runs. In the Pool B group against neighbouring country Zimbabwe at Hamilton, Miller combined with JP Duminy to set the highest fifth-wicket ODI partnership in World Cup history. Miller himself scored an amazing 138 runs from 92 balls, which included 7 fours and 9 sixes. The Proteas made a mammoth score of 339 for 4 wickets from their 50 overs. Just enjoy some of these tremendous strikes against the Zimbabwe bowlers. After more good performances, South Africa advanced to the semi-finals, where they faced New Zealand in Auckland. They urgently needed to increase their scoring in a thrilling game that had been hampered by rain in the middle innings. Miller walked in after teammate Du Plessis was dismissed in the 39th over and began swinging aggressively. In a display of sheer force, he bludgeoned 6 fours and 3 sixes in an entertaining 49 runs from 18 balls, narrowly missing out on the fastest 50 in World Cup history. But South Africa's hopes were dashed as New Zealand produced one of their best one-day performances, despite an upward revised Duckworth-Lewis total of 298 runs for 43 overs. Now well into his 30s, David Miller competed in the 2023 World Cup in India. While the rest of South Africa's lineup struggled, Miller was on top form. He scored arguably one of the best knocks of his ODI career in the 2023 Cricket World Cup semi-final. Miller walked in with South Africa in peril at 24 for 4. He steadied the ship with a 95-run partnership with Heinrich Klaasen. As more wickets fell, Miller continued to score runs, taking the South African total past 200. He finished with an incredible innings of 101 runs off 116 balls, including 8 fours and 5 sixes. It is without a doubt that David Miller has become something of a limited overs specialist. He is renowned for his performance in T20 international cricket and in the Indian Premier League. He became one of the steals of the IPL draft in 2013. Going on to score the 3rd fastest IPL century. The game was between Kings 11 Punjab and Royal Challengers Bangalore, with Punjab needing 191 runs to win and coming in at number 5. he scored 101 runs from just 38 balls in a blistering knock. The 8 fours and 7 sixes wrecked the bowling averages of the RCB bowlers in one of the best innings that the IPL has ever seen. His form in T20 international cricket did not go unnoticed either. Just check out this first T20 International 100 against Bangladesh. The century off just 35 balls was the fastest 100 in T20I cricket at the time. He bludgeoned through the Bangladesh bowlers, striking 7 fours and 9 sixes in an incredible knock. Miller's contributions in T20 were rewarded further as he was granted the ultimate honour of captaincy during the Pakistan tour of South Africa in 2019. He also had a chance to captain South Africa on their tours of England and Ireland in 2022. We've given you a snippet of Miller's T20 success, but the action does not stop there. In our next video, we're going to show you some specific moments of Miller's contributions in the IPL, T20I World Cup and more. Continue to check out more of Cricket Crafters player videos here, and do leave us a comment on your favorite moments.